Every parent has been asked this question at some point. The kids are having a great time at friend's house or at the park or in the pool, and so when it's time to get out and go home, they beg, they plead, "Mom, Dad, can we stay?" If you've ever been asked that question, you know that kids aren't too happy when the answer is no. So what if you're the one asking the question and Jesus is the one saying no? This week we're talking about sort of a pivotal week in the life of Jesus, one when he started to speak in crystal clear terms about the path that lay ahead for him and for his disciples. 6 days later, he took them up to the top of a mountain where all of his glory and majesty was unveiled for them to see. And it's no wonder that Peter liked what he saw so much that he basically said, "Jesus, can we stay?" Jesus' answer was no. Jesus already told them that the path ahead of him included his suffering and his death. In fact, even there on top of the mountain, there were two Old Testament heroes of faith who appeared, Moses and Elijah. And as they talked with Jesus, they were talking about the very same thing. And so Jesus and his disciples couldn't stay. They had to leave that mountain of glory and majesty behind. And it's a good thing that they did. Why? Well, as I'm sure you're aware, today there is a one-syllable, four-letter word that starts with the letter L that is on the minds of millions and millions of people all over the world. And I'm not talking about the word love, I'm talking about the word Lent. Today begins the season of the church year known as Lent with the day that we call Ash Wednesday. The ashes of Ash Wednesday are a very stark and vivid reminder of our own mortality. As God said to Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, and as is repeated at many funerals, dust you are, and to dust you will return. In other words, no matter how much fun we are having, no matter how much happiness we find in this life, one way or another, eventually we can't stay. The path that we are on will eventually lead us to the grave. That probably doesn't sound like a very fun thing to be talking about, especially on Valentine's Day. But here's the good news. That path that we are on is the very same one that Jesus willingly chose for us. He willingly came down from that mountain of glory and majesty so that he could climb another mountain, one of unspeakable agony, the one where he suffered and died. In fact, if you're looking for an example of love on Valentine's Day, then look no further. Jesus said to his disciples, "Greater love has no one than this, that he lay down his life for his friends." Yes, we are on a path that eventually will lead to our grave, but long before we step into that grave, Jesus willingly stepped into his. And because he did, we know that that too is a place where we won't have to stay.